when I was watching the video, there would be kids laying on their desks like this, and I had no idea that that was happening. And to like bring that to my attention, that kids don't sit in their chairs and they move around and they fall off their chairs, that was like good to watch.
It was also interesting to hear the back conversations.
Yeah.
And I could hear them be like, what did she say? Or, I don't get it. Do you get it? And then after that, I knew what I needed to be clearer on.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of times I wouldn't realize there's kids in the back talking, but the camera picked it up. And I'm like, oh, okay. I can't hear that where I am, but the camera can. So.
Yeah, sometimes there's just those things that you're doing, you're sort of aware of it, but you're not really aware of what you're doing until you watch it.
If you make yourself watch it like right away after, I think that's helpful, because one video I watched like that day, like right after I taught it, another one I watched like a week later because I got busy with other things, and that one not really as helpful when you watch it a long time after, but if you watch it right after, it's a lot more helpful than putting it off.
It's nice to have the video because you do get the constructive criticism from your supervisor, but then, you know, it's constructive, so they're not going to pick out the little things, but you can do it to yourself when you watch the video and be like, oh, I really messed up with that. And you don't have to feel so bad if somebody else telling you pick up on it on your own.
I realize you see this stuff on yourself that you're like, oh my god, that's so distracting. Why do I keep doing that? And you realize your students are thinking it's distracting too.
One of the things that I noticed is when I'm like at the carpet and sitting in like the large chair, I don't call on the students like that I can't see, and so it was like good for me to say, like, when I was watching the videos, I don't call on you students, so you know, like either I need to scoot back or you guys need to scoot forward, and like that was like instruction for the students I gave them, so they like, I don't know, I thought that was helpful that they know the video or the camera is useful. You know, it's not just like a silly little thing in the classroom.
The video, I actually noticed the opposite. It was mostly girls raising their hands, so I was calling all on girls and very few boys. And there were a couple of boys that raised their hands, but they were messing around when they did it, so I called on somebody else instead.
It also brought to my attention of who I corrected for doing stuff wrong. Because there are some kids that are always doing something wrong, or not something wrong, but like being distracted or something like that. So I'll always call on them, and then there's that one kid that just once in a while does something wrong, so I don't ever correct them. But now I'm like, oh, you can totally tell. But so I need to.
I know when I got my emails from Scooter, I would watch them like pretty much as soon as I got them, fast forwarding until when I started teaching. And I think like I looked forward to doing it. I was like really excited to record, you know, like the students and me. And I think that just to have that right after you teach in a practicum experience is so important, because like you know you start off teaching and you don't know these classroom management things, and you don't know like how to implement these methods, and to see yourself like practicing is almost like you're doing it a second time. Like you're getting another chance at like visiting the lesson that you just taught in different ways that you can like oh, I should have done that, or I like how I did that.